Welcome back to Every Movie Ever. My name is Justin. I'm watching Every Movie Ever, and I found a movie. Today we're going to be talking about The Undergrads. The Undergrads is a 1985 television release that I was unable to cover back in November of 2018, but I have since found it. It was originally number 223, and I covered all the cast and crew that were necessary, so let's just jump right into it. This was super fun visually, especially in the opening. The rest is very standard. Some pretty good movement and some pretty good shot choices, but in the beginning they chose to do like a foot reveal of Mel before it revealed that it was just like an old man Mel, and that was really fun. I loved the opening. It really set up this quirky, fun vibe that the rest of this movie has. The Bee Gees opening also really helped set the tone. It was a cover, and I kind of was down with the cover. It was pretty fun. And then the rest of the film has this just like super fun, campy music that is so appropriate and really feeds the vibe of this movie. This film is such a fun concept. When you originally read the concept, you're like, oh, I don't know if that's, going to be as cool as it is or as funny or whatever. But basically the concept of this is a grandfather and a grandson end up going to the same college together. They live together, they try to make ends meet together, and they're attending classes together or apart depending on what classes they took. And it is genuinely, this is such a delight. I was not expecting this. I thought maybe this movie would be a little boring or that they'd get into stupid shenanigans. This film is hilarious. Mel is throwing jokes out left and right. Art Carney just joke, and so many of them land. So many of them are funny. I didn't write basically any down. I wrote one down, and it was when they were trying to shop and the groceries were too expensive, and so the grandpa is obsessed with Raisin Bran, Mel, and the grandson, Dennis, but Mel calls him Jordy, says, why don't we lose a box of Raisin Bran? Mel says, why don't you shoot me and cut the grocery bill in half? And it was just all of it. There were so many jokes. Anyway, basically the film starts with Mel accidentally starting an electrical fire. He had put newspaper down by a fan that really wasn't working. The fan sparks, it starts an electrical fire and burns down his apartment building, or burns part of his apartment building or something. And so Mel's son, Dennis's father, decides that Mel needs to be in a home, even though Mel is 68, and it's very obvious that Mel is still very with it and still very physically capable. It was just an accident, this fire. And they put him in a home, and it's very obvious that the home they chose, while nice, didn't suit Mel at all. It wasn't one of these, older living communities where they have the level of it where it's no assisted living, but you're in a community where, if you needed help you could have it, and then assisted living, and then major assisted living or whatever. This is before that, or this isn't that type of home where it's fully, assisted living. They're going to make you roll around in wheelchairs. They're going to make you sit in front of TVs all day. There's no activities for you to do. There's nothing. None of the other people are quippy like him and with it like him and sharp like him. And so it's obviously not the right fit for Mel. And Dennis sees this, and it makes Dennis really uncomfortable. And so Dennis decides he doesn't want to go to Harvard and that he wants to go to Simpson, which is much closer to where they are. And he wants to live with his grandfather while he goes to Simpson so that his grandfather doesn't have to live in this home, because Dennis knows that his dad won't have Mel live with them. Dennis's dad is obviously very upset about this because he's giving up going to Harvard, and also he doesn't like his dad very much. It's never really talked about why Dennis's dad doesn't like Mel, other than I had to work a lot to put food on the table for everybody, and so I wasn't around, and I wasn't there for your dad when he needed me, etc, etc, etc. Anyway, so basically this is how this comes to be. Dennis tells Mel that he's gonna get an apartment, outside of the campus so he can attend Simpson and have his grandfather live with him. Well, then Mel is well, why don't I go to school with you? Why don't I also be a student? And so he gets in, and then them trying to survive college and classes and make ends meet with, jobs and this, that, and the other ensue. And it's, has some superficial moments because it's very, like, you know, Disney hunky-dory, but there's some really beautiful moments, especially the moment when Dennis goes to his dad, mostly. His mom's on board and speaks facts and all this kind of stuff. He says to his dad, you know, something about, why can't you be proud of him, blah, 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 and then he says, you know, you weren't there a lot when I was growing up either, and his dad, like, has a moment, and then he just goes, but I still love you, and then he, like, oh. Dennis is the most emotionally immature person in this film. It's actually unbelievable. There is a parent death mentioned. Belle says his father's passed away. You can also assume his mother passed away, but he says his dad passed away, so we're gonna take that one, which means the parent death will adjust again. But this genuinely is, you know, so sweet. I just kept saying, this is delightful. Like, what a delightful film. It's so fun to watch. Like, the humor is so great. It's just quip, joke after joke after joke, and so many of them are quick and funny and witty, and I loved that. I don't think this is, like, the greatest story or the greatest movie or whatever, but it was so sweet. And I genuinely think this could have been a really fun TV show. I'm shocked that this potentially wasn't a pilot, because it was, like, a two-part, you know, Disney Channel release. So I can't believe that this, like, wasn't a TV show, because this could be a hilarious TV show, and you, like, have a guaranteed 4 seasons of the grandpa and the grandson going to college together. Like, so fun, so good. Art Carney is fantastic in this film. I think he's the biggest reason this film is so strong. I don't think this film would be as quirky or delightful if Art Carney wasn't absolutely delivering on his end of his character. My favorite part is definitely Mel's jokes. I'm not over it. I couldn't believe how quippy he was the whole movie. My least favorite part is definitely Dennis's dad, or Mel's son. He is just so mean, and he barely gets a redemption. At the end, they're trying to sell a redemption of him telling Mel he's proud of him for passing the semester. But, like, that's not enough. No. So he's my least favorite character. Watch again, honestly, I wouldn't say no. I really wish this kind of became a show. I kind of wish this, like, could get rebooted and become some kind of ridiculous show. Recommend? Definitely. I think if you can get your hands on this, give it a watch. It's super fun and so delightful. And, yeah. Otherwise, that's everything I have. My final rating is gonna be 6 motorcycles with the sidecar out of 10. Our original movie count was, and our parent death toll will be adjusted. Again, just that's going to be down the line because I'm still off. Like, this is coming out earlier than the Disney video I'm at, so I promise you the number will be adjusted, don't worry. And I didn't cry, so there's that. If you want to keep up with what movie I'm watching when, follow me on all socials and check out my website. You'll find out what movie I'm watching when. And I put out videos every Monday, Friday, and sometimes Wednesday, although lately it's been every Wednesday. Join Patreon. I got a tier starting at just $1 every video, a week early. Tiers above that, daily trivia, monthly postcards, bonus content, names in the description of my videos, etc. Buy merch. Merch great, merch great. I don't think I sell this anymore. Until next time, comment, like, subscribe, and charging for your life you are, so you, and don't be Dennis's dad about it. Ooh. We found it. Perfect. Perfect.